Hey guys, so I know I said on the YouTube community area of my channel that I wasn't going to start recording videos again until after the new year has passed, but this message came in so strongly and so intense. I actually had a very intense cry over this message because it resonated strongly with me. So I'm going to share it with you, and this will be the last video of 2025 before we enter the new year. Okay, so here we go. So as I was flipping through the cards, this card, particularly this message, ended up showing up here. It says, do not let this hurt you anymore, or don't let this hurt you anymore. And it was actually the message that I was getting as I was shuffling through the cards here. And then this card ended up jumping out. So the number 9 in numerology and in angel numbers is extremely important right now. Okay? Very, very important. But more importantly, the message that I got was whatever happened to you in your past, whether it was a painful one or it was a neglectful one, whatever happened to you guys, don't let it be the thing that blocks you from growing as a person, from healing as a person. Essentially, don't let everything that happened to you in your past, be it your pain, your anger, or your despair or anything, become something that just kind of blocks you. Because if it does, you're going to find out that you're going to be either consciously or unconsciously projecting this onto other people. And I found that's what I was doing for the past 2 days, which is why this message came in strongly, and it's why I ended up starting to cry. Because sometimes you don't even realize that you're projecting everything that happened to you from your past or what happened to you recently onto other people until it happens, and you're just like, what gives? This is where self-control, this is where not allowing your past to affect you comes in. And this card intentionally came out in reverse here. Not just for me, but for you guys as well. It intentionally came out in reverse. Okay? So, I read reversals. If a card comes out in reverse, it's for a reason. And if you allow the anger at not being able to take care of yourself or defend yourself in the past from anything that has happened to you, if you allow that to overtake you to where you start losing control, and I'm going to flip it upside down just for the time being, but if you take that to the point where you start losing control of yourself, this is where, again, you start projecting. This is when you start projecting your hurt and your pain onto other people. And you don't want to do that. Not only that, you start ignoring the signs where it's telling you, hey, you shouldn't be doing this anymore. You should not be attacking people like this anymore. But I get it. I can only speak from my experience. Sometimes I see nothing but the injustice of everything around me. And sometimes I see that, maybe it's just too much. It's just way too much. Why isn't anybody doing anything? Why is nobody doing anything? If you find that it's getting way too overwhelming for you, Spirit wants to tell you, Spirit, Creator, God, Source, whichever name you want to use, Spirit wants to tell you that it's okay if you need to carve out a safe space for you to just be calm. Okay? I've done it plenty of times. Perhaps carving out a sacred space, whether it be in the corner of your room, out in the woods, at a park, the beach, doesn't matter. Maybe it's time for you to get into that quiet space and just let it go. Just essentially let it go, release it, and just move forward. Okay? Don't let it hurt you anymore. Don't let this hurt you anymore. Also, Spirit also wanted to say that if you find yourself getting angry a lot more often than usual, this was mentioned in like a previous quote that I ended up sharing online, I believe on Instagram. But if you find yourself getting angry a lot more than usual, it probably means that maybe you can see the injustice, or you can see what's wrong in your environment that's severely impacting you. Or maybe it's time for you to enforce boundaries because something about you is being violated continuously. This is really important. And this card jumped out to me as well. So, again, take time for yourself. Go in your sacred space if you need to. Write it out if you need to. Cry it out. Be gentle with yourself, essentially. Okay? I understand. Spirit understands. Okay? But don't let it overtake you to the point where you start ignoring your inner guidance, your inner self, and any other signs that you may receive. Because while anger can be a very healthy emotion and it can indicate that some things need to change, if you let it overpower you too much, it can mess up not only your impulse control, but it can also cloud your judgment. It can also prevent you from getting the messages that you need to hear. So while anger can be a healthy emotion indicating that something needs to change, okay, too much of it can force you to start doing this. Whether something happened to you in your past or something happened to you in your present. For me, it was me witnessing my parents fight the majority of the time, and me essentially getting isolated and ridiculed because I show signs of autism. Okay? And add to that the combination of dreams that I would keep having where I was either witnessing somebody fighting or I was fighting someone in my dream. And it was just too much. So, I get it. Okay? Spirit just wants to tell you to be gentle with yourself. Take care of yourself. Alright? But more importantly, before this year is over, whatever is still hurting you, just let it go. Let it go. Release it. So not only can you continue to activate your inner guidance so you can move forward, but to move forward knowing that you don't have to keep reliving that past anymore. You don't have to keep reliving that pain anymore. And you don't have to let that pain and that anger from not being able to, defend yourself or anything that has happened to you in your past be worn over you like some sort of expensive fur coat or like a chip on the shoulder. Okay? Essentially, the message from Spirit is let it go, move forward, be gentle with yourself. Okay? So I will see you guys in the new year, and I hope you guys have a happy new year, okay? Let's try and make this a strong one. Alright? Love you guys. See you later, alright? Peace.